Good day, everybody, and welcome to Oshun and Me. I'm Oshun. Well, I'm one of the many Oshuns that are around the world, and I wanted to talk to you about self-awareness. Now, that is a big part of your spirituality, and I'm not just talking about being aware of your spiritual abilities. You have to come to a mental conclusion in your life, self-acceptance of who you are, what you are. You have to release the fear of what I would say, of being chastised, of being judged. If you have these, you know you have certain abilities, and you never spoke about it because you were afraid of what people would think. And to be honest, people who chastise and demonize spirituality and then have the audacity to talk about religious constructs, they don't know anything about spirituality. They are just following basic underlying the rules based on a religion. So I tell people, religion is not spirituality, right? Because there are a lot of religious people out here who are doing a lot of crap, right? They claim to be, of the higher power of God, and it's like they are totally lost. They go to church every Sunday or go and do their whatever prayers and whatever faith, and they're still doing crap. I've had people come to me telling me of their horrible experiences. I know one young guy, he told me he was sexually abused by a priest. I know of a young lady, actually two young ladies, within a short time frame, not too long ago, have been telling me about them one was approached sexually by a Hindu pundit, and the next one, she was raped. And another spiritual leader, he actually told her that she has special gifts in her, and the only way he could get it out is by having sex with her and putting the gifts in her hand. Imagine that. You know what he's talking about, right? Those things disgust me. This is the reason why I don't take part in any I'm not saying, I resonate with certain spiritual energies, but I don't believe that people really understand what spirituality is. They tend to underestimate what it is. They tend to, because they believe they have a certain book in their house, they're safe. They believe because they read certain scriptures from whatever book, they're safe. But you see, if you don't have the positive mindset, and you're living a dirty, stinking life, you cannot talk to me or step to me with no damn book and tell me anything about spirituality, right? So you have to reach a point of understanding that spirituality and understanding yourself as a person, and coming to that self-realization that all the good, all the bad, and like I said, nobody's perfect. But once you acknowledge you're wrong, acknowledge the mistakes you made, try to rectify them, try to deal with them, because some of these issues were caused by psychological hurts and trauma from childhood that you never acknowledge. And unfortunately, in the Caribbean here, we have a lot of people who don't even realize they're psychologically damaged. They sweep it under the rug. Family members would notice a child moving off, and they would say, oh, that's just how he is, or that's just how she is. And she grows up messed up, and he grows up messed up. And the next thing you know, is something happening, drastic happening with that young child that was never addressed. As an adult, they're out there doing all sorts of things. So we need to address and acknowledge that there are certain things that needs to be done before you understand spirituality. So at this point, you make sure and you check yourself. In other words, check yourself. You have to check yourself before you wreck yourself, as they say. You have to deal with acknowledging all the past hurt, all the anger, all the stuff you did. You have to rewind and remember everything and realize what needs to be fixed, right? You need to fix your house. If you don't fix it, you're going to end up with leaks and stuff that you're trying to just paint over. It's going to peel. You have problems. So you need to fix your house, right? People feel that, going into this is just going into the spiritual aspect and that's it. That is why I decided to do counseling, and I studied CBT psychology. That is why I ventured into that, for the basic understanding of what spirituality is. People need to be aware of these things. They really do. So you have to really evaluate yourself. Yourself, most important. Evaluate everything. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at the good, the bad, the ugly, and accept and acknowledge what has to be fixed within you before you make that step. Because when you acknowledge what has to be fixed within yourself, that's when you are releasing, removing your ego. Because once you have an ego in spirituality, you can't step nowhere. You can't reach anywhere with spirituality. Once you have that still attached to you, you're going to have problems. You're going to have issues. You would not reach your pinnacle, your spiritual pinnacle, that way at all. There are a lot of people here with hidden skeletons in their closets. Nobody's saying nobody's perfect, but they just live a humdrum life, like drones, and they believe that's okay, that's cool. No, it's not. It's not at all. You need to acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge what you want. Acknowledge what you want to do. Acknowledge the steps you have to take to get that done. You understand? So I will talk to you further about this. I know the reason why my videos are sometimes like 8 minutes, 10 minutes is when I have people to deal with on appointed time. So love, peace and joy from Oshun.